Jeff here at StopThePirates.blogspot.com. See, unfortunately, a lot of people don't know their history, and they don't teach you this in school. But on April 5th, 1933, then President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, under executive order issued April 5th, 1933, declared that all persons are required to deliver on or before May 1st, interesting date, May Day, Communist Day, 1933, all gold coin, gold bullion, and gold certificates, now owned by them, to a Federal Reserve Bank branch or agency, or to any member bank of the Federal Reserve System. And that was issued by James A. Farley, Postmaster General at the time. Required each postmaster in the country to post a copy of that executive order in a conspicuous place within each branch of the post office. On the bottom of the posting, the following criminal penalties for violation of that executive order: $10,000 fine or 10 years imprisonment, or both, as provided in Section 9 of the order. Section 9 of the order reads as follows: whosoever willfully violates any provisions of this executive order, of these regulations, or of any of my rule, regulations, license issued thereunder, may be fined no more than $10,000, or if a natural person may be imprisoned or not more than 10 years, or both, and any officer, director, agency, corporation knowingly, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, you can go in and read all this stuff. And my point here is that they took away, that was the end of the third note that came due, because the corporation of the United States was bankrupt. The note came due, and of course they can't pay it back because the interest is so high you can never pay it back. So that was supposedly the New Deal. And today we're under the New Deal. And the New Deal is scary. But my point about House Joint Resolution 192, they took away all your ability, which is the currency, to discharge or pay any debts. To actually pay a debt, to pay something off. Because everything has been put up as collateral, and they issue what's called a Federal Reserve note, which is a debt instrument. All of that has to be borrowed into existence. So, but the good point of that is that all the under corporations, the U.S. citizens, are the beneficiaries and the signatories to the trust. So the only person that can sign money into creation is you and me. Okay, so my point here is that if someone sends you a bill, whatever. Now check this out. This is for my auto insurance. Fortunately, yeah, I have it. And you know what's interesting too is this is a racket too, because say you got a poor guy who doesn't know anything about anything, got laid off from his job, blah blah blah, whatever. He's looking for a job, and he can't pay his auto insurance. For me, I drive a pretty old truck, a 15-year-old pickup truck, and my auto insurance, I have a clean record. I don't have any accidents or anything, no DUIs, anything like that. Is $65 a month. Now, to someone who's struggling, that's $600. That's $1,300 a year. That's pretty heavy. Now, if you get pulled over and you don't have this, you're going to get fined. And if you don't pay the fine, they're going to issue a warrant for your arrest, and then it just escalates. So the next thing you know, you're just screwed. It balloons to the point where you just can't keep up, and then it's something else, and it's the next thing. Then you need tires, and this is such a scam because you don't need this, because under House Joint Resolution 193 they put everything into a trust. Now when you go out and buy a vehicle, you register that with the state, you're handing over ownership to them. So basically it's their car, and we're owned by the state through evidenced by the proof that we have birth certificates, which is a certificate denoting that we're the ownership. So we're registered with the state. The vehicle's registered with the state. There's no money to pay anything. So why do I have to pay this? Fact is, you don't. You have to do what's called an accepted for value. Now I'm not trying to tell people to go out and do this. Study it for yourself. But know that there is no money to pay anything. And when they do send you these things, block my my address. I don't want psychos out there. No, I'm just kidding. But look, it's a positive number and it's in a box. If it's in a box, it means it doesn't exist. They box it's the whole thing is a fraud, and they tell you to send in their remittance back with them. This is the check. They're double dipping. Everything is already paid. And I'm getting off track with that. All you'd have to do is look at the back of your Social Security card and see the account number that you have with one of the Federal Reserve banks, which you're a signatory to. Look at a check. If you go to a bank and get a check, look at the micro print on the signature line. It's going to say authorized rep, authorized rep, authorized rep, and the account number, or the number on the bottom of the check is the number that leads to your account at the Federal Reserve Bank that you're a signatory to. So why wouldn't you just do an automatic an ACH or an EFT, an electronic funds transfer, and just pay it? You get 10 birth certificate cards over your lifetime, 10 bonds that are issued. If you don't have a Social Security card later than 1999, just tell them you lost it and go down and get another one. And do that 10 times. You'll have all 10 of your bonds sitting there in front of you that can be used. You'll have them spinning in their heads. They don't know what the hell's going on. So my point is there's no money to pay anything. And it looks like the value of the US dollar anyway is going downhill. And I'll tell you what their future plans are for everybody. Is now we have, I think, 70 million people, I heard last in a recent article, are somehow dependent on the federal government for their living, to stay alive. And that's the ultimate goal of them, is they want everybody to have a card, like an EBT card, I think they call them, which is your welfare food stamp money, which is nothing. I mean, I don't see how anybody could live on that. I mean, you could if you had to, but I guess. But that's going to be the new paradigm. That's the new Deal. That's what we're going under. Everybody predicated on a false flag emergency that's probably going to happen is going to have to, and the banking collapse. Which back in 1933 they closed the bank for 3 days, and they said, "Oh, you got a big problem. Turn all your gold in. We're going to give you this crap." Oh, okay. They didn't tell you that there goes private property. There goes all your sovereign rights, all your constitutional rights, and everything. And it basically brings you down to the lowest form of slavery there is, because not only do you have to work to live, to pay back the interest. If you have a paycheck every month, 30 to 40% of that's taken in taxes, and then plus just your everyday stuff that you do, buy gas. I mean, here in California, you're paying 58 cents a gallon for federal taxes, state taxes on top of that. The food you buy is 8, 9, 10% tax. So here's what's going to happen: everybody's going to be on a card when the financial system collapses. They're going to give you your monthly card. Or weekly, and you're going to be issued a certain amount of money per week, whether you use it or not. At the end of that week, you're going to have to go down and get it swiped again, and get you another reload, like a fresh $100 or $50 or whatever they're going to give you a week to live on, and that's going to be it. Now, if you're out there and you don't have your thinking cap on, you haven't studied any of this stuff and know what's going on with accepted for value, EFT, following the UCC1 financing statement against on your straw man account, they're going to use the straw man on you. That's what they're coming after, because it's such a big area. It's hard to put it all encapsulated in a few minute video. But I'll tell you this: we have in this country the largest prison population in the world, and it's growing. And that's what all these people coming into this country, I mean, let's face it, man, half of them are going to end up in prison because they haven't been domesticated yet. They're pretty wild. But what they do to finance their wars And the government is they issue what's called prison bonds. That's why every statute and code that we're under, and there's like 60 million of them, 60 million statutes and codes that you have to abide by, have a monetary value to it. And I keep harping on this, but it's like a murder goes for 4 million. Okay, so that's a $4 million bond, bid bond, performance bond, payment bond that's issued on the international stock market and sold to keep the country afloat. That's how they're doing, man. The FEMA camps, the prison system, the 60 million statutes and codes, it's all of them. It's all designed just to pay back the loans. So that's what they do. I mean, before, like if you look back at old World War II movies, and I know the young people won't know about this, but the government sold war bonds, and you went down and bought a war bond, and that would help finance the wars, and they promised to pay you back a certain amount at a later date. It's a promise to pay. It's an IOU. That's all bonds are. But they issue the bond, and they hold you as collateral for the bond. And anything in the court, it's all about default judgments. And I'll get into that in a later date. But my point, everything that I'm leading up to here, is talking about securing your future and your family's future. And one way you can do that is with friends. I don't know a better way to do it, but I recommend people go out there and get out of your Federal Reserve notes and get into some sort of a metal, because at least we could have something like an underground black economy going with this. These are carat bars. I've been with this company for a year and a half. I get all my gold for free. This is 1 gram. It's transaction friendly. What does that mean? It means if I need a tank of gas, or I need to barter with somebody, I can't use a 1 ounce gold coin that's going to be worth $2,500, but I can use a 1 grammer to make an exchange, and it's good to have these. And this company, it's an affiliate program, and it's network marketing. And what that means is it's set up to where you have a dual team system, and you sign up one person, and then they sign up one person, and then they sign up one person, and you get points on everything every time someone buys one of these. Now, they're not even buying it. They're just exchanging this crap, these debt notes that are losing value every day of the week. You go to the store and it's like, my God. I mean, you got to buy 3 apples for $3. It's insanity. And it's going to get worse. I don't know how much gas is where you live, but gas here is $4.25 a gallon in California. And that's going up. And but here's my point. This is an offshore company too. It's based out of Stuttgart, Germany. And I'm going to shut up about it after I tell you this, but I just want to help people, and I want to help myself by helping people. And that's how this works. You will see that I have people in my downline from a year and a half ago that all of a sudden are like waking up now, and they're going, oh, like gold's up $10 today. It's July 10th. They're going, oh, gold's up $10 today. It's going up. It's going up every day. And this thing's gonna. I mean, it's planned. If you study how the New World Order is going to operate, it's a planned implosion. And they want to take you down, and they want you standing in the line to get your little EBT card when everything crashes. It's going to happen. I don't see any way it's not going to happen. I'll put it that way. There's no way it's not going to happen. But you can thrive and survive if you plan ahead and get some of these. I'm not saying these are the best ones or anything like that. This company is a good company. They pay you every Friday if you make commissions, and they pay you on your little Carat Bars MasterCard. If you have money you want to stock away in an offshore account, this is the company to do it with. As of right now, I mean, you do all your IRS if you contract with the Internal Revenue Service, which is the collection agency for the International Monetary Fund. The lenders of last resort that this country has gone to, and who now run everything via Homeland Security. That's what they did. I mean, they put up as much collateral. I mean, how much collateral do you want? We'll loan you money, but we want a force called Homeland Security where we're going to take everything and we're going to bring in more laws, which is the Patriot Act, which is for patriots. This stick of more illegal. I mean, here in July in Anaheim, California, there was a police drone. I took video of it. I have a cheap camera, but a police drone, a little drone flying over our neighborhood. You know how I knew it was a police drone? Because it was black and it had red and blue flashing lights on it. Now these things only have about a 10-minute battery span, from what I understand. So they're up really quick and they move really fast, taking everybody's pictures, seeing what's going on. That's what we're talking about here, folks. And the end game for them is to get as many people into the prison population as possible. So it's a very hairy time, and I just recommend that I don't want to see people, because when the collapse happens, and it's going to be a slow collapse, but I mean eventually, it's going to build to a crescendo and get to a point where it's going to have to happen where you're going to have to go down and get your EBT card, because this stuff is worthless. I mean, look what happened in Zimbabwe or whatever the hell. I mean, they had $500 trillion Federal Reserve notes. Weimar Republic, It happens. It's a fiat currency that's not backed by anything. And I don't think they can disarm the American public in time to move in and arrest that many people, to issue that many more bonds, to sell on the international stock market, to keep the whole thing afloat. I don't think it's going to happen. So I recommend, go to my landing page. It's called goldslap.com, GOLDSLAP.com. I'll leave a link on the bottom of the video. Go there and sign up. It's a free account. They'll give you a free website, a free landing page. All you got to do is share it with your friends. That's it. And once you'll see, you don't have to buy anything up front, but once you see, hey, I shared it with a couple people who shared it with a couple people who now is sharing it with more people, and I'm going to miss out on commissions because they're buying stuff, so I better get my package and opt into the dual team system. And the more expensive package you buy determines how much commission you're going to make. It's, well, I've already made my money back. I've look at this. All this I've got for free, just on commissions. I don't take the Federal Reserve notes that they want to pay me. I just turn right around. That's 2.5 grams of 24 karat 9999.9 gold, and they put it in this little card. Why? I don't know. Why not? And yes, I've taken them to a jeweler and had them weighed, and it's all real and everything's up and up. These guys are LBMA approved, London Bullion Market Association. I mean, look at, I don't have a lot. I mean, I'm not saying I got enough to get the hell out of here, though. I'll tell you that if I need to. And it may come to that. I'm going to get on a train going the other way and live on a beach somewhere, and I know I can function and thrive and survive because I have my computer, my Wi-Fi, and my Carrot Bars account. And this is not just for the United States either. This is worldwide, which is cool because I have people on my downline that are from Barbados and Canada and the UK and Australia and South Africa, and it's just a really neat deal. And so I recommend that highly, goldslap.com. Sign up for your free affiliate account, get your free website, and just share it. And get excited about it and tell people, because there's not going to be any more jobs for people anymore. It's so over. It's just over. We're post-industrial. You look around and go, what are these people doing all day? They're driving around, going to work. And, they're still trying to sell mortgages and fix up houses and stuff. And the whole economy is crashing, and the infrastructure is falling down. I mean, you know, they're just going to implode the whole thing and take down as many people as possible. That's the problem. That's what Obamacare is about. And people go, well, I'm getting free health care. No, you're not, man. As soon as you get into that system, it's over for you. You're going to sign your kids up for that? You're going to have people coming to your door for your weekly checkups and your shots. Oh, it's brutal, man. It's hell on earth. But you know what? If you're smart about it and you think about it, you'd be able to thrive during this period. You'll probably thrive beyond your wildest dreams. You probably become a millionaire. That's my plan. And I don't mean a million. I mean just, you know, I want to be to the point where I don't have to worry about, you know, because I'm getting on in years. I don't have to worry about going out and hustling and getting a job. I want to be set. I want to help people help themselves. So again, Stop the Pirates, stopblogspot.com. Find out about House Joint Resolution 192 and how this whole system is coming down. It's just the way it is. It's the new deal. It's Homeland Security. Homeland Security is now your government. Stop voting. Stop going Democrat. Stop giving a shit about the immigration coming in. I mean, you know, it's worry about yourself. That's what I'm saying. And helping others. And when you help others, you help yourself. So, goldslap.com. It's a long video today, but I felt like I had to get that one on the record. Thanks for watching.